Good evening. I hope you've had a good look at the menu. Are we sure of what we want to order tonight?
Hi, yes. Can I do the cheeseburger with steak fries, please?
Of course. I'll take your order right to the chef, and he'll have it coming up for you in just a second.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are.
What is this?
Well, I took your order back to the chef, and he decided that you actually wanted this instead. Yes, I see you're confused. This is the finest dish that we offer, and so when the chef got your order, he realized that you actually wanted this instead of that plain old cheeseburger.
Well, didn't the chef think that I ordered what I wanted because that's what I wanted?
Yes, he did think that, but then he decided that he knows what you want better. Can I get you anything else this evening?
What you say?
Hey, welcome back to Soup, and today, I'm getting your order right. We've all seen terrible live-action adaptations, soulless sequels, and whatever the heck this is. But in spite of all of the Hollywood cash grabbing and the directing deficit, we've actually seen a good amount of pretty cool fan service over recent years. So help me sift through the pile of rejects and fails to find the rare and beautiful diamonds that we get every once in a while. So buckle up and let's talk about how to do fan service the right way. But before we get into any of the good stuff, I want to remind us how bad it can be so we can appreciate how good the good actually is. If I suffer, you suffer. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. Avatar: The Last Airbender. An amazing, beloved animated TV show. Also, the worst piece of garbage I've ever laid my eyes on.
My name is Ong.
I haven't even seen that whole movie, but I got about 30 minutes in and already wanted to vomit. I mean, how can anyone go from this to this? It doesn't make any sense to me.
My name is Ong.
But this is well-trodden territory at this point, so I'm not going to beat that dead horse. That, however, if you've played the Halo games, specifically Combat Evolved through Halo 3, then you'll realize that the entire point of Master Chief is that he keeps his helmet on because he's never out of the fight. He's always protecting humanity. And if you really wanted to see Chief without his helmet on, there is an entire animated movie based on a book called The Fall of Reach that is Chief's origin story, and I'll even link it in the description. But this show takes everything about Master Chief, does an okay job about his fighting skills with like the Covenant and whatnot, but then just craps over all the rest of his character. Chief is a 7-foot-tall, developmentally stunted, alien-killing machine with an obsessive AI attachment disorder because he was kidnapped when he was 6 years old to be a mercenary for the Office of Naval Intelligence. He basically has no personality traits except for the fact of a undying willingness to finish the fight. So who the heck is this guy? John Halo? Side note though, don't crap on this actor. He just took a role to make money. It's the writers and the directors that you should be mad at. But that is another thing that I wanted to address really quick. Actors are not the characters that they portray on screen. I don't know if you remember when the Disney Plus TV show The Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out and they saw the new Captain America. The guy who played that character received death threats in real life. That is despicable and horrible. That should never have happened. If you see someone play a character and you hate that character, that actually means that the actor or actress is probably doing a good job, because we're meant to hate certain characters and love others. And do I even necessarily think that that new character was a good idea? No, but I'm not going to send him death threats. That's stupid. You freaking animals. With that out of the way, more... And after my rant about the Halo TV show and everything that sucked about it, I actually want to talk about some times where video game adaptations were really cool. And adapting video games for the silver screen, it can be a slippery slope. We see that from the original Mario Brothers movies from the 90s, which was just, what the heck even is this? And also with like the Doom movie with The Rock, that was weird. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible. So let's talk about a couple video game big screen adaptations that are bussin' respectfully. The Last of Us, an amazing video game that explored the depths of human despair as well as the extreme resilience of the human spirit. All with a unique take on a zombie apocalypse that just... And there are so many iconic moments in this game that just hold a special place in the fandom's heart. And as for the TV show, I mean, it nails it. I mean, there are little things here and there that you could complain about if you really wanted to, but for the vast majority, it's almost a shot-for-shot remake of the game, which is super cool. And not only is this the best fan service we could have hoped for this game, but it also brings the story of The Last of Us to a wider audience that would not have experienced it otherwise. And that is a beautiful thing that should not be overlooked. And with all of the stupid decisions the directors have made over the years, bringing video games to the big screen, it's just so refreshing to see something stay so true to the original piece of art that it's based off of. And another amazing video game turned TV show was the Fallout series. And I'm not super familiar with all of the Fallout games and like the storylines and whatnot, so I'm not sure if this show is going off of a specific game or if it's just taking the world of Fallout and making its own story. Either way, I feel like it nails it. And I love seeing just like all the classic Fallout items like on the TV show, like the Pip-Boy and everything. It was just cool to see all that stuff. And Fallout's nuclear 50s vibes is just so awesome. So bringing that vibe to the big screen I feel like it always worked really well. And the storylines for each character in this show is awesome as well. It kind of feels like Fallout characters because they kind of like their main quest, but they keep getting dragged off to do like side quests and stuff. So it feels like an actual like Fallout playthrough. It's kind of cool. Just as the almighty Bethesda intended. And in recent times, we've also gotten kind of cool movies like the Uncharted movie and the Minecraft movie. Both I didn't really wasn't like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. I mean, it was like, oh cool. I mean, they're making more things with video games and they're kind of cool. Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg was a weird casting choice in my opinion for the Uncharted movie, but I don't think it was complete crap. All in all, it looks like we're moving in a good direction when it comes to taking video games to the big screen. And as I've discussed, I mean, kind of a few times on this channel, comic book movies are becoming more accurate and awesome and cool. Specifically in the case of DC, Marvel's kind of in its rebellious teenager phase, it feels like, but there's still some cool stuff coming out of there too. And I've done full videos on both the new Superman and new Batman, so I'm not gonna get lost in the weeds too much about those, but rest assured, they're great and they're moving in a good direction. Batman goes back to the noir film roots, and Superman feels like it was straight out of a comic book. And just because Marvel is currently still finding itself, it doesn't mean that there aren't still great movies coming out of it these days. And when it comes to fan service, we've gotten 2 huge collabs just in the last couple years alone. We have Spider-Man No Way Home, which puts all 3 of the live-action Spider-Mans in one movie, which was awesome, and one of my favorite moments I've ever experienced in a movie theater. It was so good. And then Deadpool and Wolverine, another classic comic team up that we're getting to see in the big screen. It was just so awesome to see these 2 characters tear it up on the big screen. P.S. Ryan Reynolds with Hugh Jackman is just such a funny duo. It was hilarious. And when I saw Deadpool and Wolverine in the theaters, I dang near peed myself because I didn't want to miss anything that was happening. And I'm sure there are people that have good reasons to disagree with me, but I loved these 2 films, and ever since the original Marvel Avengers movie, I mean, we're not going to get back to that, so I feel like Marvel has to move in a new direction, and that's the direction that I love to see them go. Also, I did not forget about the Fantastic Four movie. I did see that one. I just want to save it for its own video. Spoiler alert, I liked it. And really the only thing that I really wanted to say or accomplish with this video is that it's not all bad. Amidst all of the uninspired dribble coming out these days, we still get a few gems that are really worth watching. And if we look at the trend of how these better projects are coming out, we're on an upward trajectory, and I'm only excited for where it's going to take us next. Thank you all for watching. And if I should have a little short or a little video out by now, but if I don't, we hit 200 subscribers on the channel. Let's freaking go. Thank you guys. That is super awesome to hit 200 people who have seen my channel in passing was like, yeah, I'm here for it, and hit that subscribe. That's crazy. Thanks guys. So if you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, anything you want to do down there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.